In this video, we're going to look at an amazingly powerful application of the Moivres theorem. This is such a clever result, and I hope you enjoy learning about it. So we're going to use the Moivres theorem to prove something that actually doesn't have any complex numbers in it. So we're going to prove using the Moivres theorem that cos 4 theta equals 8 cos to the 4 theta minus 8 cos square theta plus 1. Now you could do this without de Moivre's theorem. You could be using like addition formulae, double angle formulae, and expanding, and that would work. But this gives us a really quick way of doing it. Here's how. Let's start with the true statement that cos 4 theta plus I sine 4 theta is the same as cos theta plus I sine theta, all to the power of 4. In fact, these are identical. Now we're going to use the idea that the real part of the left-hand side must equal the real part of the right-hand side. Now the real part of the left is cos 4 theta. So whatever the real part of the right-hand side is, that must also be cos 4 theta. So let's expand this and just see what the real part is. So we're going to expand this using binomial expansion. When we do that, we get cos theta to the power 4, so that's cos to the 4 theta. Then it's plus 4 choose 1, which is 4, times this first one cubed plus this one not cubed. No, just to the power of 1. So that's I sine theta. Then it's 4 choose 2, which is 6. And we have this one squared, so that is cos squared theta, plus times this one squared. So that's I squared. So that's actually minus, and then it's sine squared theta. Let's just continue down here. Then it's plus this one, 4 choose 3, which is 4. This one to the power of 1, and this one cubed. Now I cubed is minus I, so that's actually going to be minus I. Let's just tuck that in here. Minus I, and then it's sine cubed theta, and finally it's 4 choose 4, which is 1, and this one to the power of 4, which is sine to the 4 theta. Now we want the real part of the right hand side. We can say that cos 4 theta is the same as, okay, well it's cos to the 4 theta. This has an I in it, so we don't want that. This is real, so it's minus 6 cos squared theta sine squared theta. Then this is imaginary, but this is real, sine to the 4 theta. Now all we need to do is convert all of this into coses, so that cos to the 4 theta is okay. Now the 6 cos squared theta is fine. Let's convert sine squared into 1 minus cos squared theta. And then sine to the 4 theta, we can think of sine squared theta all squared. So that's 1 minus cos squared theta squared. Nearly there now. We've got cos to the 4 theta. Then minus 6 cos squared theta times 1. So that's minus 6 cos squared theta. And then minus 6 cos squared theta times minus cos squared theta is plus 6 cos to the 4 theta. Now expanding this, we get plus 1 minus 2 cos squared theta plus cos to the 4 theta. Bringing that all together, we have 1 cos to the 4 theta plus 6 of them plus 1 of them, so that's 8 cos to the 4 theta. Then minus 6 cos squared theta minus 2 cos squared theta is minus 8 cos squared theta, and then plus 1. And so we're done. Now, it's not the shortest proof, but it's much shorter than attempting this using double angles and addition formulae. And I just think it's so clever to use complex numbers in this way, where we add in some imaginary stuff in order to use the Moivres theorem and then just take the real stuff at the end. Really clever. So have a look through this, make sure you understand it, and then try this next one. So we're going to do a very similar result here. This time, however, we are going to be looking for the imaginary part. Here's why. We know that cos 5 theta plus I sine 5 theta is the same as cos theta plus I sine theta to the power of 5. Now, sine 5 theta is the imaginary part of the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand this here, and we're just going to take the imaginary part. So expanding this, again using binomial expansion, we get cos to the 5 theta plus 5, choose 1, which is 5. And what is that? That's cos to the 4 theta, and then I sine theta. Then it's 5, choose 2, which is 10. So plus 10, then cos cubed theta. And it's this squared. I squared is minus 1, so that's minus sine squared theta. Then 5, choose 3 is also 10. So that's 10. And now it's cos squared theta. I cubed is minus I, so we have a minus I sine cubed theta. Then 5, choose 4 is 5, so plus 5. We've only got 1 cos theta now. I to the 4 is just 1, so we've just got sine to the 4 theta. And then finally it's this one to the power of 5, so that is I, because I to the 5 is I sine to the 5 theta. So the imaginary part of the left-hand side is sine 5 theta, and the imaginary part of the right-hand side is, well, it's 5 cos to the 4 theta sine theta. Forget about this one because that's real, but this one's imaginary, so that's minus 10 cos squared theta sine cubed theta. This one's real, so we'll leave that, but this one's imaginary, plus sine to the 5 theta. Now we just want everything in terms of sine here. So let's change our cos to the 4 theta into 1 minus sine squared theta all squared. Let's change this cos squared theta into 1 minus sine squared theta. And this sine to the 5 theta is fine. Okay, so expanding this, we've got 1 minus 2 sine squared theta plus sine to the 4 theta. All of that times sine theta. Then we've got minus 10 times 1 times sine cubed theta, so that's minus 10 sine cubed theta. The minus 10 times minus sine squared theta times sine cubed theta is plus 10 sine to the 5 theta plus sine to the 5 theta. This one expands to 5 times 1 times sine theta, so 5 sine theta. Then it's minus 10 sine cubed theta plus 5 sine to the 4 theta, nope, sine to the 5 theta, plus the dot dot dot, all the rest of this stuff. Grouping all of that together, what do we have? We've got 5 sine to the 5 theta plus 10 sine to the 5 theta plus 1 sine to the 5 theta is 16 sine to the 5 theta. How many cubes have we got? Minus 10 of them minus another 10 of them is minus 20 sine cubed thetas. And then how many sine thetas? 5 of them here, and that's it. So plus 5 sine theta. And we're done. Again, I'm not saying this is like you do it in just 5 seconds, but we're doing 5 lines of algebra, maybe more, a little bit more. 6 lines of algebra, but that's still much quicker than the alternative, and it's just so clever. To finish with, let's just apply this technique to prove this result, which you already know, the cos double angle theorem. Start with the fact that cos 2 theta plus I sine 2 theta is the same as cos theta plus I sine theta squared. And we're going to be taking the real part of the right-hand side. So cos squared theta plus 2I cos theta sine theta. Then it's minus, because that's I squared, sine squared theta. Let's get ahead of ourselves and change that to 1 minus cos squared theta. So the real part of the right is cos 2 theta. And the real part, that's the real part of the left, is cos 2 theta. The real part of the right is cos squared theta plus another cos squared theta and a minus 1. Now notice you also get the sine double angle for free here because the imaginary part of the left is sine 2 theta and the imaginary part of the right is 2 sine theta cos theta. Pretty neat, right? So that is the first really clever application of de Moivre's theorem. So have a little practice of that, and then in the next video we'll look at another clever application of de Moivre's theorem. See you there.